It's a sight that stops you dead in your tracks. Imagine a colossal machine, its nose hinged open like the jaw of some prehistoric beast, swallowing a 90-ton power station turbine whole. That's not science fiction. That's just a regular Tuesday for the Antonov An-124 Ruslan. This is not just a plane, it is a declaration of intent, a brute force solution to the world's biggest logistical headaches. When something is too big, too heavy, or just too awkward to move by any sensible means, you call in this magnificent monster. Its sheer existence defies the very notion of impossible. It doesn't just fly, it hauls the building blocks of our modern world across continents with a thunderous roar. The An-124 was born in an era of grand ambition. Let's talk numbers, because with the An-124, the numbers are staggering. This aircraft is enormous. It stretches over 69 meters long, which is longer than an Olympic swimming pool, and wider than the wingspan of a Boeing 747. Its tail stands nearly 21 meters high, the equivalent of a 7-story building. You don't just walk up to it, you approach it, standing beneath its wing, which casts a shadow large enough to shelter a small village. This is a machine built to dominate its environment, a cathedral of aerospace engineering designed for one thing: heavy lifting on a biblical scale. Powering this colossus are 4 Lotarev D-18T high-bypass turbofan engines. Each engine is a masterpiece of raw thrust, capable of generating over 51,000 pounds of force. When all 4 are spooled up for takeoff, the sound is a physical force you feel in your chest. This immense power allows the An-124 to lift a maximum payload of up to 150 tons. To put that into perspective, that's the equivalent of 2 main battle tanks, a dozen large SUVs, or the entire weight of a blue whale. And it can carry that load over 3,000 miles without stopping. The heart of the An-124, however, is its cargo hold. This is no ordinary freight compartment. It is a vast, unobstructed cavern measuring 36.5 meters long, 6.4 meters wide, and 4.4 meters high. That's enough space to park 2 double-decker buses side by side with room to spare. The floor is a grid of titanium, capable of supporting immense point loads, and it is fitted with a complex system of rails tie-down points and 2 overhead cranes, each capable of lifting 10 tons. This allows the crew to precisely position and secure cargo that might otherwise shift in flight. The genius of the design is how this space is accessed. The entire nose of the aircraft hinges upwards, revealing a massive, unobstructed opening and a deployable ramp. At the same time, a huge set of doors at the rear of the fuselage can also open. This drive-through capability is revolutionary. It means long items, like sections of a pipeline or a concert stage, can be driven straight on at one end and driven straight off at the other. The plane can even perform a unique kneeling maneuver, compressing its 24-wheeled landing gear to lower the fuselage, reducing the ramp angle, making it even easier to load wheeled or tracked vehicles directly from the ground. Why, in the year 2025, are we still so utterly captivated by this Soviet-era behemoth? Because its job is more critical than ever. In a world of just-in-time manufacturing, global infrastructure projects, and rapid response humanitarian aid, the ability to move gigantic objects quickly is not a luxury. It is a necessity. A single wind turbine blade, a satellite, an entire train carriage. These are the parcels the An-124 delivers. It bypasses congested ports, impossible mountain roads, and political borders, connecting a factory in Germany to a remote mining site in Australia in a matter of hours, not weeks. It is the ultimate express delivery service for the titans of industry. The plane's very presence on an airfield is an event. Other aircraft, even large passenger jets like the A380, look almost ordinary beside it. Its wingspan is immense, its 4 engines are gargantuan, and when it moves, the ground itself seems to tremble in deference. People gather at airport fences just to watch it land or take off, drawn by the primal appeal of such immense power being harnessed and controlled. The Ruslan isn't just a tool, It is a spectacle, a testament to what happens when engineers are told to forget the limits and simply build the biggest, strongest machine they can imagine. It is quite simply magnificent. Flying the An-124 is not a job for the faint of heart, nor is it a simple two-person operation. The flight deck is a busy place, typically housing a crew of 6. 2 pilots, a navigator, a chief flight engineer, a radio operator, and an additional flight engineer. These are not just pilots. They are masters of heavy aviation. They understand the complex physics of managing a 400-ton machine, laden with shifting loads, asymmetric loads. They must be acutely aware of how a heavy payload affects the plane's center of gravity, its handling characteristics in turbulence, and the immense distances required for takeoff and landing. Every flight is a calculated dance with physics. The unsung hero of every An-124 mission is the loadmaster. This is the person, or team of people, responsible for the impossibly complex puzzle of fitting the cargo into the hold. Their job starts long before the plane even arrives. They use sophisticated software to model the load, calculating weight distribution down to the last kilogram. A mistake here could make the aircraft dangerously unstable. Once the plan is set, they oversee the physical loading, directing crane operators and ground handlers with millimetric precision. They are the ones who crawl over and under giant pieces of machinery, securing them with a web of chains and straps, ensuring that nothing will move an inch, even in the roughest air. On the ground, a veritable army is required to support a single An-124 operation. It often requires specialized heavy-lift cranes, multi-axle transporters, and custom-built ramps. These teams are a well-oiled machine of engineers, technicians, and heavy equipment operators who work in perfect synchrony with the aircraft's crew. Loading can be a slow, painstaking process, sometimes taking a full day or more. Every movement is deliberate, checked, and double-checked. There is no room for error when you are maneuvering a piece of equipment worth millions of dollars into an aircraft worth hundreds of millions. The human stories from these teams are filled with pride and a sense of accomplishment. One veteran loadmaster speaks of a mission to deliver a massive water filtration system to a drought-stricken region in Africa. The local airfield was barely long enough, and the ground equipment was minimal. His team had to improvise, using the plane's own cranes and a bit of clever engineering to offload the multi-ton system. When the taps in the nearby village flowed with clean water for the first time, he knew his grueling work had made a tangible difference. These crews don't just move cargo, they deliver solutions, and sometimes they deliver hope. Section 4, the Workhorse of the World, missions from 2023 to 2025. The period between 2023 and 2025 saw the An-124 fleet busier than ever, tackling some of the most demanding transport jobs on the planet. One standout mission involved the burgeoning renewable energy sector. As wind farms grew larger, so did their components. In early 2024, an An-124 was chartered to fly enormous next-generation wind turbine nacelles from a factory in Denmark to a remote construction site in the mountains of Chile. Each nacelle weighed over 80 tons. The nacelle is the housing for the generator and gearbox. Moving them by sea and over treacherous mountain roads would have taken months and required extensive road modifications. The Ruslan delivered them in under 30 hours, keeping the multi-billion-dollar project on schedule. Another remarkable job showcased the plane's role in global entertainment and transportation. In late 2023, a newly manufactured high-speed passenger train built in Spain needed to be delivered to Saudi Arabia for a new rail line. Instead of a long sea voyage, an An-124 flew the lead locomotive, and several carriages one by one directly to Riyadh. Imagine the sight, a sleek, futuristic train carriage being carefully winched into the belly of this brutish aircraft. Old-school Soviet muscle meeting 21st century technology. No other practical solution for meeting a tight deadline. The An-124 also continued its vital role in humanitarian and emergency response. Following a series of powerful earthquakes in Southeast Asia in 2025, infrastructure was decimated. Roads were impassable. Ports were damaged. A fleet of An-124s became an air bridge, flying in food, medicine, heavy equipment. They delivered mobile field hospitals, heavy-duty bulldozers to clear debris, massive portable generators to restore power to critical facilities. The An-124 transforms from a commercial freighter into a lifeline. Its ability to land on semi-prepared airstrips proved invaluable when conventional airports are out of action. These missions highlight the plane's unique value proposition. It operates in a niche where no other mode of transport can compete on speed and capacity for oversized cargo. For a company needing to replace a failed multi-million-dollar component in a power plant, the cost of chartering an An-124 is trivial compared to days or weeks of lost production. This is why the Ruslan remains the go-to solution for the world's most urgent and oversized logistical challenges. It's not just moving freight, it's moving entire industries and saving critical projects from failure. Section 5. Upgrades for a new era, the 2025 Ruslan. Even a legend needs to keep up with the times. By 2025, the An-124's airframe and lifting capability remain unchanged, but it has received a series of crucial upgrades to stay competitive. The most significant changes are on the flight deck. The original Soviet-era analog dials, steam gauges, replaced by a modern glass cockpit with multifunction displays. New multifunction displays show navigation, engine performance, and weather, significantly reducing pilot workload and increasing situational awareness on long intercontinental flights. Beneath the skin, the aircraft systems have been modernized. Upgraded avionics suites include new flight management systems and GPS receivers, enabling more precise, fuel-efficient routes. These systems are essential in congested European airspace and North American airspace. New communications keep reliable ATC contact from Frankfurt to remote airfields in the Siberian tundra. These aren't flashy upgrades, but they keep this giant compliant and safe in the 21st century. The engines, the mighty D-18Ts, have undergone life extension and efficiency programs. Modifications to internal components and control systems have improved fuel consumption and reliability. In an industry where fuel is one of the biggest operating costs, even a small percentage saving adds up to millions over a fleet's life. Sound dampening measures in the nacelles help the notoriously loud Ruslan meet stricter noise regulations, expanding the number of airports it can operate at without restriction. Finally, the cargo handling systems themselves have seen innovation. Lighter, stronger alloys are being used for tie-down chains, locking mechanisms, slightly increasing usable payload. Section 6. The Field of Giants, comparing the An-124. In the exclusive club of strategic airlifters, the An-124 occupies a unique and powerful position. Its most direct counterpart is the American Lockheed C-5M Super Galaxy. Both were born of the Cold War, designed to move massive military hardware across the globe. The C-5M is a formidable aircraft, but the An-124 generally has the edge in payload, about 20 tons more. It also boasts a slightly wider cargo hold and a taller cargo hold. While the C-5M is almost exclusively used by the U.S. Air Force, the An-124 is available for commercial charter, making it the undisputed king of the civilian outsize cargo market. Then there was the Antonov An-225 Maria. Absurd is the only word. It was a stretched derivative with 6 engines, the largest aircraft ever built, and the record holder for airlifted payload. Only one was ever completed, and its operational availability was limited, so it remained a spectacular one-off rather than a workhorse. After the Maria's destruction in 2022, the An-124 became the largest commercially available freighter in production numbers, cementing its role as the default choice for the world's heaviest air cargo. Compared to common cargo planes, the difference is almost comical. The Boeing 747 freighter carries around 112 tons, But its cargo is limited to standard-sized pallets and containers loaded through a side door or a smaller nose door. It cannot take single, oversized pieces like a fuselage section or a giant mining truck. Those are the An-124's bread and butter. The Ruslan was purpose-built for the awkward, the indivisible, and the colossal. Pallet movers simply aren't designed for that. The plane can also operate from less-than-perfect runways. Its rugged 24-wheel landing gear spreads the weight over a large area, allowing landings on semi-prepared strips or gravel runways that would cripple a conventional freighter. That capability is vital when delivering heavy equipment to remote construction sites, mines, or disaster zones. The combination of immense lifting power, a cavernous, accessible hold, and the ability to operate in austere environments gives the An-124 a set of skills that no other aircraft in the world can fully replicate in 2025. Section 7. Conclusion: An unyielding legacy in the skies. Slow-motion takeoff at sunset. In the fast-paced world of 2025, the Antonov An-124 Ruslan stands as a powerful paradox. Archival footage intercut with modern missions. It is a relic of a bygone era, born of Soviet ambition in the crucible of the Cold War, yet it is more relevant and indispensable today than it has ever been. Its continued dominance is a testament to the brilliance and foresight of its original design. A design so fundamentally sound, so overwhelmingly capable, that it has yet to be surpassed in its specific role. The world simply hasn't stopped needing to move gigantic things in a hurry. The upgrades to its avionics and upgrades to its engines have kept it modern, safe, and efficient. But the soul of the machine remains its raw, uncompromising strength. It is a tool of brute force, a flying crowbar that pries open logistical bottlenecks that would otherwise bring global projects to a grinding halt. From erecting wind farms that power our future to delivering life-saving aid in the wake of disaster. The Ruslan is the silent partner in some of humanity's greatest endeavors. Its work happens in the background, but the impact is felt everywhere. As we look toward the future, the demand for its unique capabilities shows no sign of diminishing. Globalization, industrial projects, the unfortunate reality of natural disasters. New aircraft may one day be designed to challenge its supremacy, but developing and building such a machine is a monumental undertaking. For the foreseeable future, the thunderous roar of the An-124's 4 massive engines will remain the sound of the impossible being made possible. The An-124 Ruslan is, therefore, more than just an aircraft. It is a symbol of engineering audacity and a critical enabler of the modern world. It is the ultimate heavy lifter, the final answer to the question of how to move mountains. And so, when a job is too big for anything else on Earth, there is only one machine for the call. The An-124 doesn't just carry cargo, it carries the weight of progress on its mighty wings.